1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 1. As Samuel grew old, he appointed his sons to be judges over Israel. Verse 2. Joel and Abijah, his older sons, held court in Beersheba. Verse 3. They were not like their father, for they were greedy for money. They accepted bribes and perverted justice. Verse 4. Finally, all the elders of Israel met at Ramah to discuss the matter with Samuel. Verse 5. Look, they told him, you are now old, and your sons are not like you. Give us a king to judge us like the other nations have. Verse 6. Samuel was displeased with their request and went to the Lord for guidance. Verse 7. Do everything they say to you. The Lord replied, for they are rejecting me, not you. They don't want me to be their king any longer. Verse 8. Ever since I brought them from Egypt, they have continually abandoned me and followed other gods, and now they are giving you the same treatment. Verse 9. Do as they ask, but solemnly warn them about the way a king will reign over them. Verse 10. So Samuel passed on the Lord's warning to the people who were asking him for a king. Verse 11. This is how a king will reign over you. Samuel said, the king will draft your sons and assign them to his chariot and his charioteers, making them run before his chariot. Verse 12. Some will be generals and captains in his army. Some will be forced to plow his fields and harvest his crops, and some will make his weapons and chariot equipment. Verse 13. The king will take your daughters from you and force them to cook and bake and make perfumes for him. Verse 14. He will take away the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his own officials. Verse 15. He will take a tenth of your grains and your grapes harvest and distribute it among his officers and attendants. Verse 16. He will take your male and female slaves and demand the finest of your cattle and donkeys for his own use. Verse 17. He will demand a tenth of your flocks, and you will be his slaves. Verse 18. When that day comes, you will beg for relief from this king you are demanding, but then the Lord will not help you. Verse 19. But the people refused to listen to Samuel's warning. Even so, we still want a king, they said. Verse 20. We want to be like the nations around us. Our king will judge us and lead us into battle. Verse 21. So Samuel repeated to the Lord what the people had said. Verse 22. And the Lord replied, do as they say and give them a king. Then Samuel agreed and sent the people home. Amen.